If we're going to be sitting here in 50 years' time, I want to look back and say, I was never afraid to go for it. Yeah, it's a funny upbringing that we had, really, of like moving around between Canada, United States, UK. Yeah, obviously being born over there, traveling a lot of Europe growing up. Playing hockey, playing soccer, those type of things. Very unique experience that we had, both myself and my brother, just growing up over there. Like, definitely wouldn't change anything for the world of how we grew up and where. Still talk to a lot of people back in the UK. Consider myself very European based, European upbringing, obviously. So for me, being back in Europe, I always get excited about it over here. It kind of feels like, no matter if it's Switzerland or wherever it is, it feels very homey, I guess is the word to use. Yeah, obviously tough numbers to follow with him, but yeah, I mean, a very cool experience too of growing up. My dad actually had his jersey retired for our team we grew up with, Guildford. So cool experience getting to grow up, like skating down the ice, looking up into the rafters and seeing Perlini number 11 in the rafters with his jersey retired. Always thought of my dad as kind of a celebrity, if you will. Was always well known in the UK, obviously for doing very, very well over there. And yeah, it's a very tough act to follow with my dad. But yeah, very blessed to have him as well as my mom and grandfather and brother. We all played the game and stuff. So very big hockey family, really. So yeah, my YouTube passion really starts from, I'd say, other teammates I'd play with, always seeing what they're doing. They're building their lives in away from the ice rink, away from hockey. They're always interested in progressing, better themselves. So take a guy, Alex Biega. I play with him in Detroit. We sat beside each other on the airplane every single trip. He'd be doing something on his computer, doing spreadsheets, and always involved in finance, always looking how he can best invest his money. So, we used to talk every day about something on the plane. Oh, what are you doing? This, blah, blah, blah. And it really just showed me, like there's such a life outside of the ice rink where, if you're a family man, you have to provide for your family. Maybe that's investments, or, maybe for me, I have more time on my hands. I don't have kids. I don't have the responsibility in that way. So I like to create. I like to do, hence YouTube. I can see things come to life. I have an idea in my head. I can put it out. We'll see, okay, this worked, that didn't work. Plus just enjoying the act of learning editing, learning filmmaking, learning how to act. So who knows where this can go, whatever path it ends up. But I really enjoy it. It's been a lot of fun so far. So if there's one thing I would say that like where hockey and the YouTube intertwine is. I'm going to bring you back actually real quick on a story of I was playing 2 years ago in Charlotte for Charlotte Checkers. We were on the road in San Diego, and I have a friend who's a professional wrestler, a WWE wrestler, okay? His name's CM Punk. He fought in the UFC before. He was a wrestler, went to UFC, now he's since come back. You say his name in Chicago, huge, one of the biggest kind of celebrity guys there. Met him years ago, stayed in touch. Fast forward, we play in San Diego. The wrestling was just there. He was there a few nights before. I watched it on the TV, and it was cool watching as a fan, watching a show where we were going to play in the arena a couple days later. And before the game, I had just gone up and sat in the stands just before any people had come in. And for some reason, it just kind of hit me where people came and paid money to watch him do something. Now they're coming to pay money to watch myself do something, play hockey. It's the first time I ever looked at myself where I'm not a hockey player. We're all entertainers at will. When you dumb the sport down, people come out because they like hockey, but they come to the game to be entertained for a night. It's like going to the movies, right? Why do you go watch the Avengers or Superman, or you go for entertainment? People come for entertainment to hockey, and first time I really enjoyed that, and then where that intertwines in YouTube and filmmaking, and is I'm on camera. I have to provide entertainment for someone who's watching. Okay, what would they like? What would they not like? What do I like? What do I like talking about? So that's where I would feel like the two mesh. We're naturally born. Why do I celebrate when I score a goal and stuff? Like, it gets the fans going, right? You get like stuff really, you entertain at will. It's sort of natural, but that's the first time I ever thought of that, which I thought was really interesting. As far as being a like prospect in hockey, so to speak, yeah, it's an interesting one because I think there's these external, not even pressure, but it's an external just look from people of oh, he's really good at this. He's really good at hockey, which was funny. Like, even when I went to school, when I went to high school, I was known as like, oh, he's the hockey player. Like, so it's kind of funny, really, when I think about it and think back on it, of how kids sort of look. They judge, other people, like especially people in Canada, where it's like, oh, he's drafted to the Coyotes, he's drafted first round, whatever it is. Yeah, it's a very interesting thing to be a part of. But as far as like actually impacting who I am, in my life or what I do, I don't think it really played a part in anything. My grandfather played the game, my dad played the game, my mom was involved in hockey, my brother played the game. So I always had people around where it was like humbleness, just compassion for teammates, other people, and enjoyment for the game. So with my family being so involved in hockey, no, it was actually the opposite. There was no pressure. I would say, I don't want to say whatsoever, but I think my dad had a lot of pressure on him because my grandfather was such a good player. My grandfather was a great athlete, went to MLB training camps, went to NHL training camps, could play, could swing a bat both hands, could play hockey both hands, could hit a golf ball both hands. Like, best athlete. And in fact, if you want a good story for you, I'll tell you a story. So we were playing when I was with the Blackhawks, 2019. They do this thing before the game, okay, where they call it one last shift, and they bring out legends who they retired their jersey, who at the time it was Phil and Tony Esposito. These guys are legends. They're from my hometown. So they bring them out, they skate around before the game, they wave to all the fans and stuff. We do the national anthem, they stand beside us in the national anthem. After the national anthem, they go through, they're supposed to get off the ice, but they're shaking everyone's hand, they're kind of holding up the start of the game. So they shake everyone's hand, they're going boom, 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 boom. They get to me, shake one of them's hand, then I come to the other one. I think it was Phil. And so Phil shakes my hand and he goes, "Hey, you're the Perlini boy, right?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm not going to lie." And this guy is he's a legend of hockey. He said, "Your grandfather was the greatest player I ever seen play." And me being me, showing a little brashness, I'm like, clearly you haven't seen me play yet, eh? So that's my little story from them. But I thought about that after the fact, where he's played against Wayne Gretzky, played against Mario Lemieux, played against all these guys, with these guys, Soviet Union guys, Russian, and he had said, "Your grandfather's the best guy I ever seen play on the ice." Just meant a lot to me, meant a lot to our family. really, really cool moment. Got to be top 3, top 5 moments in my NHL career for sure. Not even really about me, but just hearing that about my family. So to bring it back now of was there pressure, there was that of my grandfather on my dad. So it was, you might not ever be as good as your dad, blah, blah, blah. But my dad always did a good thing with us where he felt the pressure of living up to his grandfather. So for us, it was like, hey, just go play. Like, you know, it wasn't, you don't got to be as good as me. You don't got to score 150 goals, 200 goals, whatever the heck it is. Just go play. Go play, have fun, and whatever happens, happens. Yeah. Does my personality impact how I play? I mean, yes and no. It's funny because I feel like if guys watch my YouTube, they would probably think I'm sometimes acting in a way of my personality. In the locker room, I'm actually sort of more of a quieter guy. I don't really say too much. I'll get into the conversation, you know, one-on-one with guys, but I'm not a huge rah-rah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that in front of the whole dressing room. So I think probably a lot of guys don't know my true personality. And when I go on YouTube, and if it's me and you filming or me and my brother filming or whoever, that's when I'm actually my true self, being like 10 out of 10 goofiness and fun. And I'd say when I get to the arena and the rink, it's like, you know, the walls kind of come in and narrow in of like, okay, I'm not here to goof around. I'm not here to, you know, waste time, basically. I'm here, I'm gonna prep in the gym. I'm gonna do my stuff in the gym. I'm gonna get on the ice. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna do after stuff on the ice, working on my game, and then I'm leaving, and I can go goof around, do YouTube, whatever it is. But I've always had that mindset. When I'm at the arena, that's my spot to go to get better. You know, so that's what I'd say about that. If we're gonna be sitting here in 50 years' time, I want to look back and say, I was never afraid to go for it. That's what I want to at least have, you know, just be proud of myself. I don't care about like legacy or if anyone remembers me or if you have your jersey retired or if you know, oh, this guy's got a really good legacy. To me, it doesn't really mean anything. It's more so about like myself of, did I do the things I wanted to do? And if not, let's still try and do them. You know, regardless of if you're 60, 70, 80 years old, like get out there and try and learn stuff and do stuff. And the world's a big place, so go and try and experience it. Yeah, hopefully first and foremost, it's been fun. Like, hopefully I've really enjoyed my time here in Lugano. I'm not gonna lie, off the start, I've been a little bit homesick, you know, missing family back home, missing girlfriend back home, just being around, going from that summer mode to playing now has been an adjustment. You know, moving from America to Europe, it's not easy. These things are not easy, and they're sometimes overlooked at. Like, oh, you should be used to that. Every year I say the same thing, and I'm, you know, don't want to go and I don't want to leave. And so to anyone out there who's listening, this is not so much, you know, from me to me, but you know, do hard things. You guys are not the only ones out there who, you know, may think I don't want to do this or this may be too hard, or just keep going, keep trying, and you know, all you can do is your best. That's all you can ask.